Welcome, player, or sleeper, or both. Tonight we drift through the quiet chaos of one of the most mysterious men in Los Santos. A man whose back hurts more than his feelings, whose paranoia is matched only by his internet speed. Lester Crest. The sun rises reluctantly over Los Santos, casting golden light across a city that hasn't slept since 2013. Down in a dimly lit room somewhere in Murrieta Heights, a faint glow emerges, a dozen monitors humming like caffeinated bees. This is Lester's lair, half hacker den, half hoarder cave. One corner smells like soldering iron and victory. Another smells like microwave despair and dust. Lester stirs awake in his creaky chair. He didn't go to sleep exactly, he just entered sleep mode, like an old Dell laptop. He stretches, groaning softly. You can practically hear his joints negotiating. He mutters to himself, "Another day, another illegal thing I'm morally justified in doing." He rolls over to his keyboard. The sound of clicking keys fills the room, fast, rhythmic, soothing. It's like rain on a tin roof, but instead of raindrops, it's keystrokes and mild anxiety. He opens his laptop. No, not the one connected to the main rig. That's for real work. This one's for scrolling through conspiracy forums and watching speedruns of classic heists. On the desk, there's an old mug. It's labeled #1 Mastermind, but someone scratched out #1 and wrote barely functional. Inside the mug, cold coffee with a single fly doing the backstroke. Lester stares at it and sighs. "Guess it's breakfast time," he says. He rolls over to his mini fridge, which hums louder than his computer fans. Inside, a Red Bull, a yogurt that's older than some Twitch streamers, and a microwave burrito. He grabs the burrito, microwaves it. 2 minutes later, the room smells like molten cheese and regret. While it's heating, Lester checks the security cams. One's showing a cat walking across his driveway. Another shows Franklin's car idling outside, probably waiting for some new scheme. He takes a bite. The burrito burns the roof of his mouth like a betrayal. He mutters, "Hotter than a 5-star wanted level, damn." Then he chuckles to himself, a soft, wheezy laugh. It echoes in the lair. This is Lester's kind of morning. No meetings, no traffic, just crime, caffeine, and carbohydrates. He logs into his legitimate business email, lester@datadreams.biz. Inbox, 37 new messages, half are spam. One's from a Nigerian prince who suspiciously uses a Los Santos postal code. Another one's from Michael. Subject line, "Hey buddy, you up? Got a little problem at the golf club." Lester groans. He knows what little problem means. Last time it meant hide a body in the fountain behind hole 7. He replies with one word, "busy," then deletes it. He scrolls down looking for something interesting, maybe a message from an underground contact or a new darknet leak. Instead, there's an email titled "Exclusive Deal on Ergonomic Chairs." He clicks it anyway. Lester reads every word. You can almost see him daydreaming, picturing himself with lumbar support so good it feels illegal. But then he looks at the price tag, $799.99. He snorts. That's like 2 heists worth of comfort. Delete. His burner phone buzzes. The ringtone, a muffled remix of the Mission Past sound effect. "Yo, Lest, what's good, old man?" Franklin's voice crackles through. Lester adjusts his glasses, still chewing the last piece of molten burrito. "Franklin, it's 8 a.m. What could possibly be good at 8 a.m.? "Man, I got this new idea," Franklin says, excited. "Like a mini heist. Small, easy money, just a little data relocation." Lester leans back. "Franklin, when you say data relocation, do you mean stealing from the FIB again?" "Nah, well, maybe. Just the part they don't need." Lester sighs. "Franklin, my guy, I'm trying to decompress. I'm meditating." "You don't even meditate, bro." "I'm meditating on how not to go back to federal prison, thank you very much." Franklin laughs. "You wild Lest. Hit me up when you done decompressing." Click. Call ends. Lester looks at the phone, then the burrito wrapper, then his keyboard. He mumbles, "Maybe I do need to meditate." He opens a new tab, searches, guided meditation, hacker edition. He clicks the first video. A soft voice begins. Breathe in, you are one with the data stream. Breathe out, delete your worries like browser history. Lester smirks. He closes his eyes. For a moment, the world fades away. He imagines floating through a digital void, binary stars twinkling, error messages drifting by like clouds. Then he hears a loud bang outside. He opens his eyes. Through the window, two dudes are arguing over a parking spot. One of them is holding a baseball bat. Lester sighs. Ah, Los Santos, nature's white noise machine. By noon, Lester's officially awake, meaning his brain has switched from booting up to plotting. He opens a spreadsheet labeled Potential Heists That Don't Involve Michael Screaming. It's color-coded. Green for profitable. Yellow for requires Franklin. Red for absolutely not Trevor involved. He scrolls through it. One line catches his eye. Test new drone prototype for silent surveillance. He grins. Finally, some fun. He opens a dusty box under his desk. Inside, a small drone covered in stickers that say things like keep out and NSA who. He boots it up. The little propellers whir. It lifts off, wobbling like a drunk seagull. Lester guides it out the window. The camera feed lights up his monitor. The streets of East Los Santos in glorious 720p. He watches as the drone floats past pedestrians, stray dogs, and a taco truck. Someone looks up, points at shit, and yells, "Yo, is that a government thing?" Lester chuckles. Not yet. He guides it higher, over rooftops, over freeways, until it catches sight of something. A new billboard. It reads, Life Invader 2.0, now with 40% more data breaches. Lester snorts. Ah, the memories. He zooms in for a closer look. Then the feed cuts out. The drone crashes. He sighs. Rest in pieces, little spy. He leans back, rubbing his face. Outside, the afternoon hums along. Cars honking, sirens wailing, someone blasting ice spice from a convertible. Inside, Lester closes his eyes again. He lets the chaos fade into the distance. He breathes out, whispering to himself, "Another day in paradise, huh?" And with that, he dozes off again, half asleep, half scheming, dreaming of ergonomic chairs and untraceable IPs. Lester wakes up to the sound of his computer saying, "System update complete. Please restart to install." He stares at the screen. He's been postponing that same update since 2010. He clicks Remind Me Tomorrow with the confidence of a man who's never going to click Install. His back cracks like bubble wrap as he stretches. Ugh, my spine feels like it's been in a 5-star chase. He checks the clock. 2:45 p.m. The sunlight sneaks through the blinds, highlighting a thin layer of dust on everything. He squints at it, muttering, "Wow. So that's where all the light went. Straight into the filth." Every genius criminal mastermind has a list. Lester's is written on a crumpled sticky note attached to his monitor. In greasy handwriting it says 1. Go outside. 2. Buy milk. 3. Pick up new hard drive. 4. Don't get shot. 5. Maybe shower? Optional. He sighs. All right, let's make this quick. He grabs his cane, his jacket, and his vintage floppy disk keychain, for luck. He locks the lair with 3 separate systems, 1 digital keypad, 1 fingerprint scanner, and 1 big metal bar, because paranoia is just good security with extra steps. The outside world hits him like a slap of noise and sunlight. Cars zoom by, people yell about nothing, and some influencers filming a TikTok dance right in the middle of the street. Lester grumbles, the apocalypse is gonna start with that dance. He limps toward his car, a beat-up beige Karen intruder that looks like it gave up on life around the same time he did. He opens the door, and the smell of stale fries and old USB cables greets him warmly. He mutters, "Ah, home away from home." Not for weapons. Well, not exactly. He's there for security hardware. Cameras, motion sensors, maybe a discreet claymore or 2. Inside, the clerk greets him. "Yo, Lester, long time no see. Still paranoid, huh?" Lester raises an eyebrow. "Paranoid? No. Realistic? Always. He browses the shelves, muttering to himself like an old wizard in a tech shop. Too expensive. Too obvious. Too illegal, even for me. Then he spots it. A new line of civilian-friendly surveillance drones. One model boasts now with facial recognition and Wi-Fi. He picks it up, whispering, "Oh, you sweet little privacy destroyer." The clerk leans over. "You sure you can handle this tech, old man?" Lester smirks. "Kid, I was hacking the FIB when you were learning to spell your name on MySpace." The clerk pauses. "What's MySpace?" Lester's soul leaves his body for a brief moment. "Never mind," he says, sighing deeply, paying in cash and leaving before his heart breaks again. Ah, the most dangerous place in Los Santos. Not because of gunfire, but because of the people. He limps through the automatic doors, instantly regretting his life choices. The overhead music is playing a slowed-down remix of Gin and Juice on pan flute. Children are screaming. A shopping cart squeaks like it's in pain. He grabs a basket and mutters, "Milk, bread, and existential dread." He passes by a kid in a hoodie stealing a pack of gum. He watches for a second, then says softly, "Amateur." He grabs his milk and some questionable sushi that says made fresh daily, but looks like it's been around since the PS3 era. As he heads toward the checkout, an older lady cuts in front of him, phone glued to her ear. She's loudly saying, "And then I told him if he wants his crypto back, he better unblock me." Lester freezes. He can't resist. He taps her shoulder and says gently, "Ma'am, crypto isn't real. Neither is love. Please move." She glares at him. "Excuse me?" He just smiles, that weirdly calm Lester smile, and says, "Just a public service announcement." The cashier scans his stuff in silence. "Paper or plastic?" Lester, "Neither. I'll encrypt it." The cashier blinks. "What?" "Never mind." He pays, leaves, and mentally vows never to step foot in civilization again. As he reaches his car, the phone buzzes. He looks at the screen and sighs deeply. Trevor Phillips. He contemplates throwing the phone into traffic, but curiosity wins. "Trevor, please tell me this is a butt dial," Lester answers. "Lester, my man, you busy?" Trevor's voice sounds uncomfortably enthusiastic. "I was living peacefully, if that counts as busy." "Listen," Trevor says, "I found something amazing, a cargo plane, just sitting there, full of experimental electronics or whatever that means. You want to borrow it?" Lester pinches the bridge of his nose. "Trevor, do you hear yourself when you speak? Does your brain come with a preview mode?" Trevor laughs maniacally. "Come on, man. You used to be fun. Remember the old days?" "Yeah," Lester mutters, "and I also remember bail money." Trevor, "Suit yourself. More experimental electronics for me." Click. Lester stares at the phone. He whispers to himself, "Somewhere out there, a plane is about to be on fire." He sighs, gets in the car, and turns the yellow ignition. The old engine sputters like a smoker climbing stairs. "Come on, baby," he mutters. "Just get me home before the FAA calls." The road hums beneath the tires. He passes billboards advertising Epsilon Online and Cluckin' Bell vegan tenders, now 5% less questionable. Los Santos glows in the late afternoon sun, smog glittering like a filter you didn't ask for. It's oddly peaceful. He flicks on the radio. A talk show's playing, two hosts arguing about whether AI is sentient. Lester snorts. "Sentient? Buddy, I am the reason your fridge has Wi-Fi anxiety." He chuckles to himself, a raspy, wheezing laugh that feels almost happy. The car rolls past Mirror Park, where hipsters are taking selfies with their lattes. Lester mutters, "They're one gluten-free muffin away from joining a cult." He passes the vanilla unicorn. He looks away quickly. "Nope, not my mission today. We're keeping this PG, damn it." He finally pulls into his driveway as the sky turns pink and orange, that perfect Los Santos twilight that makes even crime look cinematic. He steps inside, greeted by the comforting glow of 12 monitors waiting patiently, like loyal digital pets. He puts the milk in the fridge next to a jar of pickles and something that might have been spaghetti once. Then he sits back down in his chair, groans, and checks the news feed. Breaking headline, "Mysterious explosion at Blaine County Airfield. FAA investigating. He doesn't even blink. Trevor found the plane. He sips from his newly warmed coffee, scrolling casually. Another article pops up. New Life Invader hack leaks. 300,000 emails. He smirks softly. Oh, those amateurs. They didn't even mask their IPs. He opens his own database, purely out of curiosity. A few keystrokes later, he's in the Life Invader backend, like slipping into an old hoodie. He doesn't steal anything. He just fixes a few bugs, adds a patch, leaves a note in the code that says, "Do better, LC." Then he logs out. "Free tech support," he whispers. "You're welcome, society." The sky outside darkens. Neon signs blink. Distant sirens harmonize with the hum of Lester's machines. He leans back, sipping a new cup of coffee. He opens a stream. Someone's doing a 24-hour challenge in GTA Online. Lester watches for a while, amused at their chaos. The streamer shouts, "Yo, we just robbed the FIB! Let's go!" Lester chuckles. Adorable. He closes the stream and opens a blank document titled Memoirs of a Mastermind. He types the first line. If you're reading this, you're either a hacker or a nosy cop. Either way, congrats. He stares at it for a long moment. Then he deletes it. He doesn't need to write about his life. He lives it every day in caffeine, code, and chaos. He turns off one monitor, then another. The room grows dimmer. The hum quiets. He leans back, eyes half closed. A faint smile flickers. "Tomorrow," he mutters, "we take the day off. For real this time." But we both know he won't. Lester's lair glows in soft neon, computer fans spinning like lazy crickets. On the monitor, a dozen terminal windows shimmer with code lines flowing like digital poetry. The clock reads 11:04 p.m. Most of Los Santos is still awake. Some are robbing stores, others are arguing on Life Invader about pineapple on pizza. But in here, it's quiet, peaceful. Just Lester, his machines, and the faint smell of cold burrito number 2. He rubs his eyes behind thick glasses, leans back and sighs. "All right, one more job," he whispers. He always says that, and like every great lie, it feels believable for about 3 seconds. He opens a hidden folder labeled Archives, Do Not Open, which, of course, he opens immediately. Inside, screenshots, files, and encrypted notes from the old heists. Fleeka Job, Pacific Standard, The Big Score. Each folder a memory, each file a story. He clicks open one labeled Michael Meltdown.txt. A simple note inside reads, "Do not let him handle the drill again." Lester smirks, his shoulders shaking with silent laughter. He scrolls to another. Trevor, gas mask incident. Remind Trevor that flammable means don't light a cigarette next to it. He chuckles again, that small, wheezy laugh, like a vintage modem connecting to happiness. And then quietly he opens Franklin, Rookie Days. Inside is a photo of Franklin and Chop sitting in front of Lester's house, grinning after their first big score. Lester stares at it for a moment. The smile fades from his lips, replaced by something softer. He murmurs, "Good kid. Better head on his shoulders than any of us." He minimizes the window and leans back. For a man who lives behind screens, nostalgia hits like a sucker punch. You can tell Lester's getting sentimental when he starts talking to himself. Or maybe he's talking to the computer. Or maybe both. He whispers, "You ever think, machine, what it's all for?" The computer fan whirs a little louder, like it's pretending to listen. All the planning, all the scheming, the heists, the hacks, the whole 9 yards. You get rich, you buy stuff, you get bored, then you do it again because boredom's scarier than the cops. He chuckles softly. And here I am lecturing my PC like it's a therapy session. He opens a notepad window and starts typing. People think crime is about money. Nah, crime is about control. In a city where everyone's plugged in, the only real power is unplugging. He stares at it, rereads it, and nods slowly. "Damn," he whispers. "Put that on a t-shirt." His stomach growls, a low, grumpy rumble like a distant tank. He checks his watch. Midnight. He mutters, "Feeding window, open." He limps to the mini-fridge. Inside, 2 sodas, half a slice of pizza in tinfoil, and something green that used to be alive. He grabs the pizza, microwaves it, waits. The microwave hums like a lullaby. Outside, a siren wails faintly, someone out there living their version of the dream. Lester takes a bite. It's cold in the middle, molten on the edges. "Perfect," he mutters through the chew. He sits back down, crumbs landing on his keyboard like snowflakes. One lands on the enter key and accidentally runs a script. Lines of code explode across the screen. Oops. He watches it run, blinking. Oh, that was my backup automation. Great. Now the sprinklers at the humane labs just turned on. Again, he sighs. Well, free showers for the guard dogs. He shrugs and keeps eating. A loud knock hits the door. Lester freezes mid-bite. The pizza droops sadly, hanging from his hand. Who the hell? Another knock. He grabs his cane, limps to the door, and peers through the peephole. Outside stands Franklin, hoodie up, holding a takeout bag. Lester opens the door, blinking. Franklin, it's midnight. Yeah, Franklin grins. And I brought tacos. Lester stares for a long second, then he nods. You live another day. They sit at his cluttered desk, eating tacos in silence for a minute, the glow of the monitors painting them blue and gold. Franklin breaks the quiet. Yo, Lest, you ever think about, quitting? Like really quitting? Just living normal? Lester laughs, not mockingly, but like someone who's heard that idea from a younger man's lips before. Franklin, he says softly, for people like me, normal is illegal. Franklin smiles faintly. Yeah, guess that's true. They sit there, chewing, the city humming outside like a giant electric lullaby. Rain starts tapping against the window, light, rhythmic, hypnotic. Lester loves the rain. He says it's the city clearing its cache. He turns off half the lights, leaving just the soft glow of code lines scrolling. The rain intensifies, a slow, soothing percussion, the kind of sound that turns chaos into calm. Franklin's dozing in the chair. Lester keeps working, fingers gliding gently over the keys, the rhythm slowing, softening. And then he stops. He leans back, closes his eyes, and just listens. The rain, the hum, the breathing of a friend asleep nearby. For a moment, Los Santos feels quiet, peaceful. It's a feeling you don't get often here. He drifts off in his chair. His dreams are weird, a mashup of code and memory, numbers flowing into faces, heists replaying in slow motion. He's back in the Pacific Standard Vault. Michael's yelling, "We're rich!" Trevor's dancing with a bag of cash. Franklin's driving cool as ever. And Lester? He's watching from the van, laughing, typing commands that open security doors like magic. It's not about money. It's about precision, timing, teamwork. The kind of symphony that can only be played by criminals who trust each other just enough not to shoot first. He dreams of lines of code turning into stars, each one blinking with possibilities. He dreams of the city, neon, infinite, alive. He dreams of peace. The rain stops. Dawn creeps in, painting his lair in gold again. Lester's still in the chair, one hand on the mouse, one hand clutching an empty soda can. Franklin's gone. Left a note. Didn't want to wake you. Tacos were fire. F. Lester blinks, groggy, rubbing his eyes. He smiles faintly. Good kid. He turns to the monitor. One notification is blinking. Security breach detected. Automatic countermeasures deployed. He squints, clicks it open, reads the log. Apparently, some hacker tried to break into his servers at 3:00 a.m. He scrolls down. The log ends with, attacker traced, hard drive wiped, webcam selfie captured. Lester chuckles. Amateur hour. He clicks open the attached image. It's a blurry photo of a guy with Cheeto dust on his fingers and shock in his eyes. Lester whispers, justice is served. Extra crunchy. He leans back, satisfied, and opens his favorite playlist, Lo-Fi for Criminal Masterminds. The music plays softly, slow beats, sleepy bass. He looks out the window as the city wakes up. Cars honking, people yelling. A blimp drifting lazily over Vespucci. The world spins on, loud and ridiculous. He smiles faintly and mutters, "You know what? Maybe I am retired, just in offline mode." He taps a few keys. Every monitor in the room goes dark, one by one, until only the soft reflection of sunrise glows on the black screens. He leans back, eyes closing, whispering to no one in particular. "Good night, Los Santos. Try not to explode while I nap." And with that, Lester Crest, criminal, hacker, legend, and accidental philosopher, drifts into the kind of deep sleep only earned after years of crime, chaos, and microwave cuisine. The hum fades. The rain returns, faint and far away. And somewhere in the neon veins of Los Santos, peace, for once, holds. Sleep takes Lester sideways, not down. One moment he's slumped in the chair, drool on his hoodie. The next, he's standing in an endless white void that smells faintly of fresh circuit boards. A soft robotic voice murmurs, "Welcome, Lester. You have entered dream mode." He looks around. About time. Pixels drift like dust motes. A cursor blinks midair, waiting for commands. Lester grins. "Okay, subconscious, show me what you got." Los Santos materializes, but smoother, slower, prettier. Buildings glow like chrome-plated candles. Traffic glides soundlessly, wheels hovering an inch above asphalt. Nobody's yelling, nobody's honking. Even the helicopters just float. He walks, cane clicking softly. His limp is gone. He chuckles. 10 years, and my dreams finally gave me health insurance. He passes a digital clone of Franklin polishing a gold buffalo. Dream Franklin waves. "Yo, Lest, you rich yet?" "Rich enough to buy peace," Lester replies. Across the street, Michael is in therapy with a vending machine. The vending machine hums, dispensing tissues. Lester nods approvingly. "Progress?" Trevor flies overhead on a pastel pink blimp that says, "Hugs are mandatory." He's throwing candy instead of grenades. Lester looks up, deadpan. "Now that's a simulation." The dream shifts. He's suddenly in a vast marble hall. Golden plaques on the walls reading names of every job he's ever pulled. The air smells like victory and WD-40. He strolls past exhibits. The Fleeka job, frozen mid-moment, money mid-air like confetti. The Merriweather raid, Trevor biting a Marine sandwich. The big score, Michael smiling like he's finally forgiven himself. At the end of the hall, a mirror. Above it, the mastermind. Lester looks at his reflection. Same beard, same glasses, same exhaustion. But behind him, dozens of flickering versions of himself. Every plan, every script, every sleepless night rendered in light. He whispers, "Guess we all made it out alive, huh?" The reflections nod. A gentle ping sounds. Achievement unlocked. Inner peace. Prototype. He smirks. Beta version's fine. Suddenly alarms blare. Classic GTA sirens, but muffled, dream soft. A voice booms. "Lester Crest. One last score." He sighs. Of course. The ground opens beneath him. He falls, slowly, weightlessly, into a glowing vault full of floating symbols. A shadowy figure appears, wearing a hoodie made of binary. The figure whispers, "To win the dream, you must steal your own peace of mind." Lester blinks. That's dramatic. Still, he approaches the floating heart icon. When he touches it, the whole vault brightens. Alarms stop. Everything turns quiet again. The voice returns, softer now. "Heist complete," he laughs. "I robbed myself. Finally, efficient crime." The scene fades into a beach, Vespucci, but rendered in 144 Hz perfection. The sand glows faintly. The ocean hums like a giant subwoofer. Gulls made of polygons drift lazily overhead. Lester sits in a deck chair that instantly appears behind him, dream physics obeying his lazy genius. Next to him, a vending drone lowers a chilled soda labeled Caffeine light, now with regret. He sips it, content. No cops, no chaos, just infinite bandwidth and perfect Wi-Fi. He watches the waves roll in binary patterns, 101010, like the ocean is coding lullabies. He mutters, "This is it, the final patch note. Version Lester 1.0. As dreams do, visitors appear without doors. Franklin strolls up wearing a beach hat that says passive income. He fist bumps Lester. "Yo, I told you we'd make it." Michael jogs past with a smoothie, waving. Retirement's not so bad when nobody's shooting at you. Trevor rides by on a jet ski that honks like a goose. He screams, "Peace is for cowards!" before accidentally backflipping into the sky. Lester lifts his soda. "To friends and functional madness, Petit," he toasts. The ocean responds with a single giant wave spelling GG. The dream shifts again. A floating bazaar lit by neon lanterns shaped like USB drives. Each stall sells a memory, some for $5, some priceless. He passes one labeled, "Moments You Almost Relaxed," another, "Things You Didn't Regret Later." He buys a tiny glowing cube labeled 2004, First Successful Hack. When he holds it, a voice of his younger self whispers, "We did it, man. We made something out of nothing." He smiles sadly. "Yeah, we did." He leaves it gently on a cloud shelf, whispering, "Keep it safe." The dream begins to pixelate, colors bleeding, sounds looping softly. Lester realizes he's rebooting. He hears the same robotic voice. "System check complete. Emotional errors detected. Regret, 2. Nostalgia, 1. Hope, He laughs sleepily. "Good ratios. Would you like to defragment your soul?" He hesitates, then smiles. "Yeah, run it." The world around him reorganizes, clutter fading, chaos aligning. Every regret becomes a lesson. Every screw-up becomes a joke worth retelling. Every siren turns into a saxophone riff. The process bar fills slowly, 1%, 20%, 69%, nice, 100%. Defragmentation complete, he exhales. Finally. Darkness now. Soft hums of endless machines. Rows of glowing servers stretch into infinity, lights pulsing like fireflies. Lester walks between them, hand grazing the metal. Each server hums a different memory. Laughter, danger, friendship, freedom. He stops at one labeled Future. The door's slightly open. Inside, just a chair facing an empty screen. He sits. On the screen appears a single blinking line. Continue? He thinks for a moment, then types. Maybe tomorrow. He presses Enter. A soft sunrise creeps across the servers, washing the code in gold. The robotic voice returns, quieter now, almost human. "Good night, Lester Crest. All systems stable. Rest well." He smiles. "Don't tell anyone I slept. Ruins the brand." His eyelids grow heavy inside the dream that's already asleep within itself. Pixels drift down like snow. The city dissolves. Nothing but silence, warmth, and the faint taste of tacos. The monitor in the real world flickers at 6 a.m. outside. Birds argue on the power lines. A notification pops up. Dream archive saved to consciousness, backup, Lester. Lester stirs, mumbling, 5 more minutes, server." The machine hums back, almost like it understands. And that's where we leave him, Lester Crest, asleep inside a dream of his own design, the city finally quiet, the code finally clean. If you're still awake, maybe take a cue from him. Close the tabs, power down the worries, and let Los Santos fade into static. If you're already drifting, well, sweet dreams, player.